it will slowly die, and the people don't have the real information. It's so sad to see this. All world is against Russia, no matter how much people are on the streets. Putin has built this defense for over 20 years. It's such a shame to live in such country. Hello, my name is Alex Gray, and if you want to see how Russia will collapse, then subscribe to this channel and look with me through the next videos how slowly Russia will collapse, and we will see how this country not disappears, but it will slowly die, and the economy will slowly die, and people will become poor and more poor with every day, every month. We will see how salaries fall because not salary will stay in the same. The salaries will be the same in ruble currency, but in dollars we already see how it falls from about 20-30%, but prices for some products, some goods are very high, from 20%. Some of them are 300%, like phones become like phones raised in prices from 20%, I think, to 20-30. Some of them are 50%. We will see how goods are becoming more expensive, like sugar. It went from how much is it's from 50%, from 50 cents to $1 in about several weeks. It's 1 month from the beginning of the war, and we already see the consequences of this tragedy. This is really tragedy, not only for Ukraine, but for Russia too. I know that Russia is guilty. Not even Russia. Russian government is guilty in all this, what is happening right now. Not even Russian government. Only one person is guilty. Only one person decides everything. But a lot of people are brainwashed by Russian propaganda in the TV, in the internet. We see how independent journalists are leaving the country because they some of them are in jail, some of them have criminal cases, and we see that there's so less independent information in Russian internet. There is no free media in on TV, but there are some few in the internet, but several of them are already destroyed, like Echo of Moscow, the Rain TV Rain. There are several, Medusa, New Paper. You don't know these names, but they are free medias. But what we see now, that they're disappearing, and the consequence of this is that people don't have the real information. They only see the propaganda, and the result of this propaganda is that about 70% or maybe 50-70% of people of Russia are brainwashed by this propaganda. They think that there are fascists, Nazis, like in Ukraine, that Ukraine wanted to create a nuclear weapon to attack Russia, that if Russia didn't attack Ukraine, they will attack us. But it's so sad to see this information and that people believed in that. They believe in that, and what we have in the end, that all world is against Russia. Some percent of Russian people, like me, we know that because we look this free media, we look at the Ukrainian, the world media, we know that there are what is happening in Ukraine and in the world, because we have several sources of information. But these people have only one source of information, and this source is biased because it's government media. They only say on TV and on internet only that information that is good for them. This is biased. We know that this is lie, but people who watched only one source, they don't know the truth, and they believe, and this is why 50-70%, because we don't have statistics, because this information is forbidden for them, and they only see this propaganda. So maybe okay, I have a little bit information. So one man, this war because of a one man. His name is Putin, and we cannot prevent him from doing this, even because we have some like 10-15% don't agree with all this what is happening. Maybe more. We don't know statistics because it's forbidden to have these statistics about the real statistics, that how many support this war, how many not support, how much people support this and how much don't support. But we know that some people go to the streets and they try to cry no to war, but there is no result of this. Why? Because first, few people, not a lot, but as we see in other countries like Belarus, there were a lot of people on the streets, hundreds of thousands of people, but no result at all, because police and National Russian Guard, it's like 1 million of them, and no matter how much people are on the streets, what they can do? Nothing, because these police with guns and with sticks, they just arrest a lot of people, beat, and people scared. They don't want to go to the prison for 15 days, for 30 days, or if it is not the first time or second, third time, they can go to the real jail for several months or years, but there is no result, because police and Russian Guard, Putin has built this defense for over 20 years to prevent this revolution. There will be no revolution right now. We only wait that maybe he will die one day, and this will all end. But I don't know when it will happen. But right now, all this they have orders. Police and National Guard, Russian Guard, or the army, they have to obey orders. And police and Russian Guard, there are about 1 million. They are for the only goal. All these men exist only to stop rallies on the street. Also propaganda. Propaganda also stop big rallies on the street. But even if there were big rally, they have defense to, because people don't have weapons, don't have guns, so how they could change that? There's no way that that could happen. It's such a shame to live in such a country where some people are brainwashed, another part are powerless. We cannot change anything, so we're just waiting and watching how all this crazy thing happens, and what in the end? In the end, our country will be the biggest enemy in the world, the biggest enemy to Ukraine, even to the Europe, a lot of sanctions, and we will see how slowly dying this economy dying, people will get poorer, and I'm desperate. I don't see any big perspective in life in this country for regular people. There are three parts in Russian people. One part is 100% believes in everything that the government says and government media says. They don't have any concerns about that this might be not true. The second part is just natural. They want to survive. They just go to the job every day. From a job they go home, eat, watch TV, maybe playing something, and then again, next day again to the job, and they don't care about politics, about anything that's happening. Okay, and then the third part is like me, who know that this is terrible, that this is all I don't know how to say. This is terrifying. This is tragedy. This is disaster that's happening, and how we can change that? No way. How we can change that? And 1 million of police and Russian Guard is enough to stop any rallies, any big rallies on the streets, on the country, and people don't have any possibility to change that by rallies. By election, no. election in Russia don't exist at all. There are no opposition leaders. Some of them are in jails. A lot of them are outside of the country, and some of them are even killed. One of them was poisoned, but we don't see any perspective in opposition. So no election, because elections are not the choice, because there are a lot of corruption, a lot of this. Most of the people who organized elections are biased. They have money for the election, for exact results of the elections. Some of them are scared to lose their jobs. and it's not a choice at all. So we don't have rallies not working, elections not working, army is under control of government, police, Russian Guard. So we only have to wait long years to everything changed. So you have two options: to wait or to leave country and forget about all that is happening here, and look at this from another country, and maybe wait to all this end, and some time later, some years later, to return to this country. But as I see how much people have gone away from this country, they didn't return, because we have 20 years of power, 22 years of power of this Putin. So okay, don't forget to subscribe, push the like button, and see how this country slowly changing from Russia to North Korea too. And goodbye.